أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد وبارك وسلم. Assalamu alaikum everyone. I hope everyone is good there and everyone is fine by the grace of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Today we will try to uncover the breathtaking messages of Quran, which is for every heart and every generation. Today we will cover the chapter which is described by our Prophet Hazrat Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam as equal to one third of Quran, which means if we read it 3 times a day, it is equal to one Quran. So it is Surah Ikhlas. Our explanation would cover 4 parts, would be covered in 4 parts for each verse. One would be the meaning of the words of the verse. Second would be the translation of the verse. Third one would be the interpretation of the verse. And the last and most important part where we would try to focus more would be what is the message for us here by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So this would be our uh, style of explaining you guys. So let's begin with Surah Ikhlas. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قل هو الله أحد الله الصمد لم يلد ولم يولد ولم يكن له كفوا أحد. So in our first verse, it's Kul huwallahu ahad. Kul means say. Huwallah means he is Allah. Ahad means the one, the only one. So when we translate this verse, it would be Kul huwallahu ahad is translated as he is Allah the one. So as per Tafsir Sadi, so I'm going to interpret it now. So as per Tafsir Sadi, he is the one and unique, to whom alone belongs utmost perfection. To him belong the most beautiful names and perfect sublime attributes. And his deeds are far above any shortcomings. He has no counterparts and no equal. So this is mentioned in Tafsir Sadi. So now I'm going to focus on the fourth part, which is what is the message of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for us here is. The message here for us is one king alone. The message here is our heart is designed for one king only and one king alone. So we should always bow to him and find rest in ourselves. And that is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. This single statement shatters every false god which you have unknowingly erected into your heart, which can be money, which can be status, which can be ego, relationships, or dependence on people. When you truly internalize that Allah is the one and only one, you stop running into multiple directions. So when you stop running into multiple directions, you know that your destination is one and only, which is taking you towards the Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So when you start seeking help, you know where you have to run. When you have any problem, you know where you have to go. So this is what is the message for us here in this verse. So you realize there is only one who holds the keys to everything. Let this truth liberate you from the exhausting chase of multiple masters. So at the end, I'm just going to repeat it. Your heart is designed for one king. Bow to him and find the rest. The next ayat is Allahu Samad. Allah, so there is no translation in any language of Allah. Allah means Allah. Samad. Samad means the internal, the absolute. So when we translate this verse, it would be Allah, the internal, the absolute. So as per the interpretation of Mariful Quran, it is mentioned, it refers to the chief who has no superior and to whom the people turn the fulfillment of their desires and needs. Thus, all people depend on him and he does not depend on anyone else. So, the last part of this verse is what is the message of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for us in here? The message here is the being a beggar is Allah's door is not shame, it is your highest honor. So when we explain it, it means you need oxygen, you need water, sleep, love, validation, food, and forgiveness, but Allah needs nothing else. He is not tired of your requests, nor depleted by your dependence. He is the ultimate destination of every sincere cry, every silent prayer, every broken heart. So when the world rejects you, He is there. When you have nothing left in your life, in your heart, He is still full and He's still there for you. So run to the one who never runs out of mercy, never runs out of power or attention. So you are always the beggar seeking help at his door, and that is not a shame, that is the highest honor. The next verse of the surah is Lam yalid wa lam yulad. Lam means not, yulad means he begets, walam and not, yulad means he is begotten. So when we translate it in the translate this verse, it is he neither begets nor was he begotten. So as per Tafsir Anwarul Bayan, it is mentioned Allah has forever and shall remain forever. He had no birth and none was born from him. The polytheists who believe that the angels are Allah's daughters are wrong, just as the Christians are wrong to believe that Sayyidina Isa alayhi salam is Allah's son. And just as the Jews are wrong in belief that Sayyidina Uzair alayhi salam was Allah's son. So what is the message for us here? So message for us is that you know Allah through His names and signs, not through imagination. Allah is beyond my biology, beyond family trees, and beyond you can ever imagine. He is utterly unique, utterly unlike anything you have ever seen or imagined. When you try to picturize Him, your mind stops just because your imagination is limited to what it can expect, what it has experienced, what he knows. So instead, know him through his names and his signs. Worship him not because he resembles something great, but because he is greater than anything you can conceive. And at the end, and the last verse of this surah is Walam yakullahu kufuwan ahad. Walam means and not, yakun means is, la means for him, lahu means for him, kufuwan means equivalent, ahad means one, the only one. So when we translate this verse, it would be, and there is none equal to him. He is the one and only. So as per Tafsir Anwarul Bayan, it is mentioned this verse negates every type of similarity that people draw between Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and his creation. So only he is the worthy of worship, only he has he has knowledge of everything, and only he can fulfill your needs. So in this, what most important is, what is the message for us in here? The message is that nothing and no one stands next to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So place your trust Him alone. No one shares his power, no one shares his knowledge, no one shares his despair of relief except him. He gives everything, his mercy in the way he gives it. The verse is the final seal on the declaration of Tawheed, pure, unshakable monotheism. When you feel tempted to seek refuge in wealth, status, or relationship, as if they are equal to his protection, remember nothing and no one stands next to him. Place your trust in him where your trust should belong entirely, exclusively, and joyfully with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So this is our complete explanation of the surah, which we try to cover the maximum explanation. If you guys have any question, queries, or anything in mind, you may ask questions or through my channel, or you can contact me through different uh, occasions. Thank you very much everyone for listening this, and I'm just trying this for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, for deen. We don't need anything else against this, because this is explanation and every part of this is made purely for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. May Allah accept it as a humble service to his deen. Ameen. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu.